all these clones, we the original.
BPL, I'm so tired of y'all cutting my current off and on. Someone needs to get fired, 'cause right now I ain't on your run.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
The tourists come over to chill on the beach, but they don't come over the hill where we sleep. We got nightmares and they got fantasies. No sanity, it's just insanity. My mommy hoping nothing happens to me.
All right, so you know what it is. It's another episode of Erryting Kool. You know, today we have a returning guest, Miss Come to the left of me. Say hello, Miss Carsony.
Hello.
And we have a special guest today. I feel like since Miss Come was on here last, I've been working on this episode. We have Mr. Solo. Please introduce yourself, sir.
That's me, Solo ToDaGoogle.
ToDaGoogle. Okay. So, you know, I've been a long time, I would say, fan, admirer. Just like, you know, for when, I guess, coming across your music, you would say you started going viral like around 2016 or so?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So from hearing that and then coming back home, moving back home in 2017, they keep on hearing these parts. I'm like, oh, this way is, and you know, and then it's like, oh, this Solo. I was like, let me put my phone. I gotta meet who this is, and then we've been like, you know, back and forth conversation over the last 2 or 3 years. But glad to finally have you on Erryting Kool.
Pleasure.
So. On Erryting Kool, we like to start off with something special. Oh, before I get into the baby word and phrase of the day, I got a shout out. Today is a sponsor of this part. We're at Coffee and Tea House here on Farrington Road, right next to the South House on the right. And maybe, that'll still be on the right no matter how you driving on the road. This is the second podcast they sponsored, but we are actually here on location today. So shout out to them. And, you know, come on by, you know, half coffee bean, half tea leaf. Yeah. So on this show, we like to have a Bahamian word, phrase, or saying of the day. And today, Miss Kalma has a Bahamian word, phrase, or saying of the day.
Okay, so the Bahamian word or phrase for the day
You see how confident she just went into that?
is go smooth.
Oh, shit.
So, yes.
Go smooth. Okay.
So, I know, like, it has two meanings for me.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody knows sweetheart, and that has something to do with it. But if I say I'm going on a go smooth, I don't want nobody to know where I'm going.
Cool.
Don't ask me no questions. I'll be back. I'm telling you, I'll be back in 30 minutes to an hour. I'll be back in 30 minutes to an hour. Don't ask me no questions. Don't call me. I'll be back. So what do you think? What's it for you?
Go smooth. Mm-hmm. I go smooth, like, you know, I go on a secret mission. Like nobody but, and it ain't about to be like no 1 hour, 2 hour type of thing. It might be a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then I reappear. But, you know, that's my definition. And then, you know, I instantly think about that song.
With RB.
Yeah. Go smooth. Hey, you go, my Sally.
It's actually both. It's actually both. It's a getaway, escape, and then for some, they'll cheat more. Of course, but that's the basis of it. So it could be both. It is both, actually. It is both.
Yeah. So since our last episode, there's been here in the Bahamas, we have experienced like one of our most devastating hurricane systems in the last 100 years. 2 of our 12 major family islands have been heavily impacted, and there's been great travesty in which, it has affected, not only us here locally, but the global community as a whole. And, just, from afar, seeing those images coming across the screen where people losing just everything. And then, I remember listening to Rodney Monka, like earlier this week. He just was in tears. He was like, he never thought it would be a day where Bahamians are actually refugees. And I was like, yo, that hit home, because it's like, you see these things happen all this different place, but you never think it would happen to you. Yeah. So, what's your initial reactions to Hurricane Dorian and the aftermath and things of that nature?
Like you said, it's like you see it happen to other places, but you don't think that it would happen to us. So it was very sad. I still feel like I'm in a disbelief. I still can't believe
I think that's the general.
So interacting with more people, hearing their stories, it becomes more real, but I still feel like I'm in disbelief about it.
Yeah. What do you think, so?
Of course, it was a serious tragedy. A lot of people lost their lives.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole town mash up. And like she said, a lot of people in disbelief, because you can't believe that a hurricane of that magnitude, coming with so much destruction. Now, we went through a few category 4 and 5s before.
Yeah.
But this one here,
this was a little bit
this
different.
almost is like, it's surreal, and at the same time, it don't seem like it was a real hurricane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't seem like it was natural, in other words.
Yeah.
Because we do know that they control the weather too.
You mean with her?
Yeah. So the weather
So-
could be manipulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I keep on telling people, it feel like a movie. Even like when I was at the passport office this morning and meeting some of the evacuees, they just, you could feel the trauma on them, but they just like, like, they carrying on like it's a regular day. Where I was like, yo, like, you can't understand. And then for me, like us here in New Providence, I keep on telling people, if that did come here, we
It
would
would
have
have been gone.
We would have been. It wouldn't been no more Bahamas.
We
Like
couldn't
for
handle
real.
it.
We couldn't handle it. And then just having that survivor's remorse, it's like, wait, like it's like I wish I could do more. I wish this didn't happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think this would happen to people. And then you have family and friends living in Abaco, living in Grand Bahama, and you just feel for them, because it's like you can't give them like of course we can rebuild, but you can't give back life.
No.
Like you can never get that back. So it's like you don't know you want to solve it, but you can't. You don't have that type of power. So it's like you only could give it to the Most High. Like how I found solace with it all, with donating your time. Like if you feel any survivor's remorse, go volunteer, go donate. A lot of different organizations are still looking for different donations.
Yeah.
So I donated like a whole suitcase full of clothes. And then, I spent a whole day at NPCC last week, Friday. Like, just volunteering, doing your part. But like, I remember I went to church on Sunday, and the pastor who was preaching at the time said something very interesting. He was like, even though like you may not want to see it like that, like those people who lost their lives almost sacrifices for me and you. And to commemorate their memory, we got to live life to the fullest. And we got to live for them. Like
yeah.
if
It's
they
a trade-off.
yeah, so like they ain't get to make it, so you got to make it for them. So it's like like that's even me as a entrepreneur. It's like it's life is bigger than me. I always felt life was bigger than me. So it's like even to that too. It's like we just got to live for them. Whatever. What y'all think?
I agree with what she's saying, because like you said, it could have been us.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with your life now?
That's true.
Live it to the fullest. Just don't wallow and say, oh, this happened, and do nothing. Then somebody else could have been doing something else with their life. So make
Yeah.
the best out of what you have. It's not going to be easy for the survivors, but just take one day at a time and do the best for what you have.
Yeah, do one day at a time. That's all you
One
could
day.
do.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Yeah, I think the best way, I mean, giving food, giving clothes is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but contributing the compassion
Yeah.
and contributing your time is more valuable at this time for
Yeah.
those who survive,
Yeah.
because they more thinking about what they lost and whom they lost. And right within that space, it could be a area where they have depression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people psychologically, they still in disbelief and they still shocked, still traumatized. But you know, when someone in that position, it is best that you give them time to mourn, time to, cry,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
just be a shoulder. I think a lot of people just need a shoulder to just release. You know what I mean? And for you to just comfort them and let them know that somebody here, whilst they're going through this difficult time.
Yeah, of course. Like, so I often think, just like you say, being a shoulder to cry on, and just trying to impart hope.
Right.
It's like hope identity is all we got. That's the only thing that keep us alive. You hoping for tomorrow. You hoping that,
Hoping for the best.
when you come home, like you go out, you make a living for yourself, and you come home and you can spend it the rest of your time with those who you love. So, just imparting hope. But I know another topic what came up with, I was discussing with some of my colleagues is the whole rebuilding process. Like, how do you, like, what y'all think is the first steps you go from, like, because oftentimes this always reminds me of Katrina. And everybody, like, in 04, when Katrina happened? 04, 05?
Probably somewhere around there.
Yeah. So people was like, oh, save Katrina, da 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 da. People was, displaced all through the states or whatever. And, it was hype for the first like 1 or 2 months. And then slowly that, the media cycle went down, but those people are still suffering. And I think some people are noticing it now that the tension is sort of starting to wane. So, and then, it gonna come a time 6 months later, these people still can't catch themselves. The food done run out, people on to the next thing, the donations stop. So what y'all think is the first steps in people actually rebuilding? Do you think some people think we shouldn't rebuild on Abaco because this catastrophe could happen again. And, it has how global change, like climate change is happening, it's all the right elements for it to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what y'all think, should we rebuild Abaco? Should we, some, like, other people say we should build, like, Hurricane Bunkers and Andros. Like, what you think about, what's your rebuilding process?
I think we should rebuild. You can't say you can't rebuild or don't want to rebuild, because what if it shift and then they go to Illuja?
Yeah.
Then you're going to build Illuja. Then what if it shift another year and it go Andros? Then you're going to build Andros.
Yeah.
Then they can leave all these islands
Empty.
inhabited.
Yeah.
I think the first step when it comes to the donations, the monetary donations, we need proper, structured hurricane, tornado proof hurricane shelters.
Yeah.
That should be the first building or buildings to be erected before anything else built. I think they need to start with that first, and then they can get back to building or rebuilding.
Like houses and.
Well, the house is more personal, so
Yeah.
they could build at any time.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the government aspect of it, that's what they need to create, and they need to change the engineering of the homes so that they could be able to withstand the hurricanes that, will be coming in the near future, because they may come stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
that's
said
may
it.
that was
come
more
weaker.
than a hurricane or category 5.
Right. That's already off the radar. So
Yeah.
them cars that we saw was
Flip up.
upside down, that was tornado would take place, and all of the trailers and stuff would just flip over, look like toys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have the structure of if we look at it right now, we have no hurricane shelters. We never had none. We
Yeah.
have designated buildings
Yeah.
that offer themselves as hurricane shelters.
And even some of their building codes have been compromised.
Right.
Because, like what someone was mentioning is, okay, you designating this church or this school, the church or the
Yeah.
school, the contractor, then, skip out on certain steps. So,
you
like
didn't chop
something.
it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's still ain't fully structured. So when the hurricane do come, the whole shelter, you're compromised and gone. Roof gone, everything gone. So I think engineering, having a new structured hurricane shelter, specially designed for hurricane and tornadoes. And it has to be built. All right, the king tide surge was somewhere between 50 and 25 foot.
Mhm.
So the foundation of this building has to be at least 15 foot off the ground. You got to be going up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not low, and you ain't considering tide when it comes. You might say that, all right, this high enough because the raining and come this far. But what if the tide reach?
Yeah.
If the surge reach, it can come higher. Because in Freeport it was higher than this building.
Yeah.
Habaco too.
Yeah.
People is in the ceiling, so that to show you that water was in plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and let's think about the shelters that they had for hurricane. They was underwater too.
Yeah. Because there was them old church, them
Yes,
old building,
You know what I mean? So I think that's the first construction will need to take place.
But what do you think about some people would say, hey, we have these forts.
The fort?
Yeah, like you build
I
up.
was thinking about the fort too.
Yeah, like you have these forts.
If they're on the hill.
Yeah, you find not just even in just Nassau, but throughout the islands, you find these hills where you can erect these compounds big like that, because these forts have been around to over 200, 300, 400 years.
Yeah.
Weather at every storm, they are.
They don't move.
They don't move.
That's the thing. They don't move. And the
So-
way they build them, now they engineer them for anything.
Yeah, they engineer them for war.
I'm telling you, so they ain't moving.
So, what if governments to come think about, hey, let's go make more forts or facilities structured like that in strategic areas to where, if you have plot space, on top of garden hills, for instance.
Yeah.
That is a property up there, what, they get for $2 million or something like that. Like you take strategic areas like that,
And
not
you
just
turn them into
turn into them the compounds, because it's like, wait, don't even you can even revitalize the forts in a way, because they might be strong, but some of them compromise a little bit. That's why they keep on locking them off from the general public.
Yeah.
So even reinforces some of them,
Right, they could reinforce them,
yeah, reusing them or whatever, and then you have little places like Como Hill and Cat Island, or
all
certain
the high peaks.
So all in my piece, and you put in certain protocols. Okay, certain things coming. All right, we got a week or so to evacuate. Boom, boom. Instead of people go here, boom.
That's a good idea.
I would have-
They'll have to restructure it, of course, and then
Yeah, you have to put it in law, and then have the plan, and then I think everybody should. If you own a home, you should have at least a little dinghy and some life vests
I said
inside
the
there.
same thing.
Or whatever, because that show you this. If this hurricane didn't show you one thing, is to show you, boy, listen, this whole mundane life we live in, where everybody ain't super fit and can't survive and can't swim.
Yeah.
No, bro. Like that ain't gonna work
They
no
need
more.
to change that. They
Right.
need to have swimming classes in all schools too.
Yeah, swimming classes and learning first aid and like all that stuff. Like that it shouldn't be specific for if you like a part of GGYA or you about
Yeah,
to go
yeah.
in a defense force or police force.
That's supposed to be embedded in you survival. Or have a survival class.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in GGYA, they had, I think, before we went on an expedition on the island, you had to take a life-saving course, like, understand how to jump off the ship, how to swim to the raft, how all y'all get together. Like, so you should learn, like, certain protocols. Okay, if this flooding with the cutter, okay, you might need a window where, because, a lot of homes have burglar bars on them.
Right.
So you need a window where you
Break
can
it
clear it out
open,
and then
yeah.
break it open or whatever. Like, having designated emergency exit points. Okay, if this reached this amount of this water high level, we need to get to this place.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then how the government has been rebounding from it. I mean, people have been criticizing Dr. Minutes, but it's like, I don't think no one was ready for this. No one would have been prepared for it.
No, because you didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, so it's like, you only can react or whatever. Like,
And you can't get prepared if you're coming with so much speed too.
yeah,
But it's still a failure on the government's behalf, both.
yeah. I mean,
Because-
all.
Yeah, all.
Yeah,
I don't really think it's a failure on the government's behalf.
Yeah, because they don't have it goes right back to not having even a shelter in place.
That part of it, but like his response, I disagree with how people, blaming the government.
No, it ain't. I wouldn't blame the government. I wouldn't blame the government because, like he's saying, like everybody know, we didn't imagine something like this was going to happen.
okay.
Everybody know that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We thought it was just been a hurricane like normal.
yeah,
Probably like down a couple house, like down a couple roofs. There could be some flooding, but that major flooding, that surge,
yeah,
that did plenty damage.
Yeah.
That basically killed a lot of people too because
yeah. Because plenty of people
a lot of
get trapped.
couldn't swim, some
Pecan
people
get
get trapped.
Yeah,
So it was basically the water that did a lot of the damage. But they did warn you though.
yeah. They did tell you to evacuate.
Darryl Miller was right there. He said, "This water coming."
Yeah,
See, 15, 20 foot
but
of water.
actually, it was like
He
this
said-
place gone.
He said the mud that could be gone. He said Guana Key that could be gone.
And so sad.
Mashaba gone because he knew, and he have experience with the hurricanes, but with the surge too.
Yeah,
Knowing what the surge could do, because when the surge reach, you think you're getting 2 feet of water, you're getting 15 foot of water.
yeah. I think people underestimate it because I was talking to a friend. I feel like we was warned. Right? Like if you
Yeah,
if
we
you
was
count
warned.
it back, right? Not even just this year, right? 2015 was what? Walk-in, mash up, Crooked Island, Auckland. Boom.
Yeah.
2016 was Machu, mash up, Nassau, and
Mash
Low
up.
Sound. 2016, boom. Irma, mash up,
Yeah,
Ragged
Irma
Island.
do
2017, we
plenty
ain't had
damage.
no hurricane last year. So in the last 5 years, you have major, all of them as fires. Either they
Yeah.
came here as fires or they left here as fires. So especially in 2016 when Matthew came and plenty of people to the southeast had that surge problem, should have warned you, hey, yeah, that was light, but this could happen in different places too, though. So, but see, people like you ain't see the signs. Okay, if you keep on getting hit, okay, y'all abandoned 2 years later, Ragged Island still ain't built.
Still in there, no.
You see how that hurricane mashed down. You
Yeah,
think it ain't
yeah.
happening in the other
I
island?
think Berry Island too, eh?
I ain't too sure yet.
Either Berry Island or Rum Key, one of the keys.
Yeah.
Dubai too.
Yeah. But Ragged Island still mashed down. Crooked Island just starting to catch back.
They
itself.
get Dubai.
Yeah.
Long Island too.
Yeah. Long Island too.
Yeah.
Where we walk in. They get mad. You saw them cat, but they were saying Cat Island, not Cat Island, Crooked Island was inhabitable.
Yeah.
That happened before. Just how you saying Abaco is inhabitable now.
Bingo.
That happened before. So it's like, wait, we gotta, if we've been constantly warned. So on the part of leadership, you could fault them for that. You could fault them for that because it's like, wait, hold on. In 5 years, from 2015 to now, going into 2020, you have major hurricanes decimate islands. It might not be in the same island. And the thing about it is, I can see you being nonchalant and oh, it ain't come to Nassau. You had one hit Nassau.
Yeah.
And it messed up Nassau. Because when they came back, late 2016, it happened October 20th. When I came back, December 2016, Nassau looked like a war zone. People still here, still ain't even have to get their house fixed from back then.
No.
And that was 3 years ago. So, that should tell you, wait, hey,
Wake up.
or whatever. This could happen. I feel like everybody should get their house inspected, at least once a year to make sure your roof, intact, make sure the structure intact, because that's what's leading to, you having this massive loss to hurricane, because it's like a lot of your stuff is shoddy, or like the building or you ain't really do no renovations.
Or you in the low-lying area.
Yeah, like Pinewood. So, that's why I was like, wait. And then the thing about it is, it flooded when Dorian was here.
Okay.
It didn't even come here.
But a little bit of rain
Yeah.
would reach you. Pinewood is down underwater.
Down underwater, people can't come through streets and things like that. So it's like, wait, hold on. So you telling me we get this king tide, Dorian ain't even come to Nassau, and we have streets flooded? People saying don't come out. So that should show you something. So we need plans, because they have even countries where they're fearful of one day, their island nations or states being, washed over by tsunami or hurricane. So they have I can't remember the island, but they bought another plot of land for their whole nation to go to, or whatever. So
Just
in case it happened or whatever. So we had a plan for the long-term future, and then also we must engage the international community and say climate change is a real thing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I see every year that coastline get shrinking and shrinking and shrinking.
And the ice melting and melting.
Yeah, so it's like, we gotta press for change, and that's the only way we can happen, or else they can be one day and we gonna be the real Atlantis. They try to make Atlantis come back to life, but
I think another thing too, we need not to inhabit certain parts of the island that is low-lying areas.
I agree with that.
Unless it is totally built up, to level. But even so, it could still sink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a still possible chance it could sink, but everywhere shouldn't be no
House.
homes.
Yeah, because I often feel since this has happened, I feel like, we're supposed to inhabit these islands? Because hurricanes been happening from the beginning of time, to where the root of the word is hurricane, which is a Taino verb that means God of the storm. So from then, I'm like, okay, how they prepared for this? So okay, these been happening from the beginning of time, but I don't think every area, especially in Nassau, every area, I don't think supposed to have all these houses on it,
Right.
or whatever. Like, we keep on trying to pile into Nassau, and it's like, this ain't no more space. Y'all like cutting into the mangrove. I'm sorry if
And that's what they did.
Yeah, I sorry if Bimini ever get hit, because that island finished, because they seriously chopped down all the mangroves just to build up their resort. So
I'd be mad straight up.
yeah, like that would really be underwater, because they ain't got no like coastal protection or nothing. But I hope one of my greatest goals in life is to hope that the Bahamas could become a utopia, to where each island is its own state, like the U.S. states. And it'll be good, 20 years from now, you'll be like, man, for the weekend, I going down to Inagua, bustling and moving. Or, I might not be younger, but the young people, I want to check this person from this. Man, be going over here, going back to Abaco for the weekend, island hopping and things like that. But, but yeah, we're about to take a short commercial break. We'll be back on the next side of Erryting Kool, where we're gonna, get into the history of Solo ToDaGoogle. And And he got some stuff, in the pipeline. But stay tuned.
Hi, this is Lord Jaylin Willard, your favorite Zaddy from Erryting Kool. And this episode is sponsored by nobody. Now, if you would like to sponsor an episode of Erryting Kool, feel free to email us at originalpeople@gmail.com, or you can slide in our DMs on Instagram at The Original People Network, or on Facebook, The Original People Network. Now back to your scheduled programming.
And we're back from, cool commercial break. We're gonna have, I gonna put something jazzy in the middle or something. We probably put some promotional material for Solo in the middle there. So, Mr. Solo.
Hey.
Mr. Dill. Because I didn't even know what your first name until, I started exploring and I was like, okay, I don't know what his real first name, right? Oh, yeah, last name is Dill. So tell me how you got your beginnings in music, how you came up, why the name Solo? Is it from Han Solo or Star Wars? Or?
See, Han Solo.
Yeah.
Solo, all right. The name Solo came from when I was in school. I'd say probably from grade 10. I noticed that. I noticed that a lot of people had nicknames. I didn't really have a nickname in school. People just called me by my first name. So what I did, I got some fingernail polish, because at the time that's all I could use.
Yeah.
And then I construct Solo on my bike, and walking around, people behind you. So they get hip. Everyone started calling me Solo, so I said, yeah, boom, nickname. Now the singing part, I ever could hold a tune. When I was younger, my mother tried to put me in choir, but that didn't work. I did go in the choir, but I was shy around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the choir director knew that I could sing, but I was holding back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But, you're young, and things like that happen.
Yeah.
I get into music like somewhere around, because a friend of mine invited me to BFM in 97. And I got introduced to Christian Massive, Landlord, Peter Runks. Around that time, they was the headliners in the gospel.
Yeah.
Still headliners now.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got legendary status, right?
They got a little age on them, little gray hair and thing, but
Yeah.
around that time they were starring,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to the church. I've been going there since, still go there now, still a gospel artist too.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, singing, I didn't have it planned for me to be a singer. I just end up, I guess purpose, you love it.
Mm-hmm.
But I end up meeting Landlord through Youth Against Violence with Carlos Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And me and them, he asked me if we want to go on a trip to Jamaica, because he's going to do some recording. And that's when he invited me to be featured on the song, We Need Peace.
Oh, you was on that
We
song?
Need Peace.
Oh.
Yeah. And that was in 2004. And since then, I've been singing. First album came out in 2008.
Your first album?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Which was a gospel album. And
Hey, you had the dreadlocks back then,
yeah,
too?
I still had the dreadlocks. It was shorter.
Mm.
And then speed up to now. I would say in 2016, that's when they started the social commentary songs.
Mm.
Like the bridge toll gone up $2. The people trying to take all our quarters.
Yeah.
The bridge toll gone up $2.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first songs I heard.
Yeah.
And,
So that was the first song. Now, how that song came about,
yeah.
a friend of mine named Vanessa Clark, when the bridge was going up $2, she was like, because all this was in the WhatsApp group, and she was like, why Solo you need to do a song but this? You are a Christian massive, all of you. I need to do a song, but that's why I said, anyhow, let me see what I could do. So I knocked it up and sent it out that morning. And when I sent it out that morning, it just this way, that way. This one called me, say, hey, your song not bad. And this radio host called. Then one McCartney wanted to meet me on whilst he was on the live on this live show. And then when I heard he was playing it, he came. His show started with my song because you don't play music like that.
Yeah.
It went viral, and that's how it started. That's how it began right there.
All right. So that was the largest now because, like, even resigning, like, because it feel, I obviously, growing up in the Bahamas, like, especially, I was in high school around that 04, 2010 period. So, going to a Christian school, that's all you getting force feed too.
Yeah.
And, you going to Farm Fest and this and that. So,
Right.
you familiar, I'm sort of familiar with that era.
Yeah.
Or whatever. How did it feel okay, you've been doing music for this amount of time. Did you ever thought about incorporating social media to boost your artist profile before 2016?
Before, no, I didn't thought about it. The thing is, I was just sending them out. I was just sending them out because nobody else was basically doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was more a cry of the people. A lot of the songs.
Cry.
Yeah.
Don't sing.
No, but that's one of the songs.
I know, but
Listen. One day last week, this was like 2 weeks ago, it was like I be telling them, I've been telling them from 2017, bro, I need an album, bro. Because I just as a periodically, I feel like, let me go through all this like songs on SoundCloud. And that's like, But yeah, I feel that I think laughter is the best, like super medicine. And then, I think that's the origin of music. Any artist.
Yeah.
Like you speak for the people that you're around. You speak to where you from, what you experience in your neighborhood and what you see, and you report it, and that's how people relate. So I think, that's, you doing that strategically. I didn't, using WhatsApp specifically, because people don't think WhatsApp is like a social media platform when it is. So me as a marketer, looking at that, pushing content through WhatsApp and then catching on fire and then it flow into Instagram and Facebook. I was like, okay, that's genius. And then, I think the Bridge Soul was the first one I heard. And, but then after a while, it was like something would happen. And then 8 hours later, you have a song on. So tell me how you even used to record. Because I'm in the media industry. So I understand going something from concept, then going to the studio, laying the vocals, and then mixing and mastering the record.
The full scenario.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I don't know if he doing this by himself or, he'll come in, lay his vocals, and then you have an engineer mixing and mastering.
Come back.
Yeah, and then you were arranging it how you want, and then when you were singing, you're using different ranges on the different songs. So you have you singing it normal, then you singing it a little bit higher, and then lower
soprano.
Yeah. So how do you accomplish all of this where people take them probably 2-3 weeks to make one song?
Yeah.
Especially singing, not rapping is a different than you just lay down a 16 over a beat and then so on. But you're actually arranging your voices, using your voices, like your voice in different cadences and then putting a skit together. And you're doing this in a short amount of time. So how do you even accomplish that? What's your process?
Well, like you normally say, with a gift, you can't explain it. You only could present it. But I could try explain it. The first process is feeling vibration. When I say vibration, I mean feeling the spirit of the moment of what's really going on. You know what I mean? And sometimes, all right, let's say when the PM tell the Commodore that he had a mashing of the vote.
Yeah.
When he done they marching on the boats, everybody started sending it and sending it and sending it and sending it around. So you already know that the post itself is viral.
Yeah.
So, and it's all about you hitting the nail on the head and working fast. Some of the songs, I so happen to write it. I haven't really written a song since I've been doing music. I haven't really sketched it out. My process is if I see that this could be a song, I just look at the info that's already there. For instance, he said he marching up the boat. So I'll go back and my thoughts and be like, all right, if you say I'm marching up the boat, so let's get to the chorus part of it. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. You know, so I use certain melodies, and then the information that's there, I just use the words, switch it up so it could rhyme. But once I get the chorus, everything else goes in place.
I like that.
And from there, it's just a matter of me laying it down, and I just program my mind that within 3 hours, I need to be finished. So within 2 hours, I probably mix in. Within that first hour, basically the background vocals already down, the lead vocals down. And then I go over it a few times and listen to it and see what needs to be added. And then after that, I just finalize it.
So in the finalization process, that's when you put the skit in, or?
No, the skit has already be in at the beginning.
Oh, so you just do the skit and then you start.
Yeah, I do the skit first, and then from the skit, then I go into the music portion of it.
Okay. Yeah, because I like that the skits always is whether you sample the actual voice note or the actual audio, or you create a scenario to where, you get in the mind of the people involved into the situation. And then,
Yeah, it's like an intro.
Yeah. Because, going back to the break up the plane part, because that remind me of my boy. Like, he was a pilot for, I can't remember, either Skybound or Panoply. I remember he was telling me, I came back home one time. He was like, yeah, boy, I was in a plane crash. I'm like, and you still here?
Yeah.
And he showed me the pictures where, like, the wing snap or whatever. Like, but he was.
This one.
Yeah, like, this happened, like, 2014, 2015. And I was like, yeah, he was like, they had to send a box to the States to file a report, and he did this or that and that. Like, he's a pilot in Panama now.
Oh.
Or whatever. He's flying the bigger jets. Nice. But, like, thinking about that, and then, like,
the plane.
like,
Pick up the plane.
Yeah, I even started using, I like the part where you was like, but don't watch me, but watch the weather.
Yeah.
I was like, little things like that, like, people like little talks like that. Or whatever.
I try to keep a Bahamian too, even though it's not a Bahamian rhythm.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people, they value listen to it, because it's not like trying to sound like I'm Jamaican or American.
Yeah.
They know that's my voice. Even like me talking right now, people who don't know me, I had a few persons, they pick up on who I am just by me talking to them.
Yeah, because you have a distinct voice, and like it's like, oh, okay, I know who that is, and you is such and such.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all about being authentic. You just be you.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to be in the music. Just be me and be Bahamian at that. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of artists who talented, but then
they don't sound distinct.
Themselves.
Yeah. Or they don't have a distinct sound,
right. Because they mimicking another artist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of you being you, and people will love you for you.
And I think what I listen to what you're saying, but for me, what makes me like it, because I did not know how you laugh or anything. I just see the WhatsApp, I press play, I laugh, and I send it out. it's relatable.
Right. It's
So whatever
relatable.
you talk about, I know what you're talking about. It's
Right, right,
relatable, and
right.
I want to share it with my whole family. I want to share it with my friends. So the relatable aspect of it too. I feel like I'm in an inside joke. Only
Yeah,
Bahamians
yeah,
would
yeah,
know what this
yeah.
joke is about. So I feel a little
You feel
extra
included.
Special.
Yeah.
But that's
True.
true. So what? Because I hear you use that's why when I think you saw a post, I saw a post when you was like you were a gospel artist. I was under the assumption that you was like a rake and scrape artist,
Uh-huh.
and it would, like a lot of your music is heavily like rake and scrape and culture influence.
Yeah.
Like rake and scrape where it's like more comical because that's the whole like rake and scrape
that's the whole
you telling the
landscape.
story, but then the culture side you go on these long ballads where you expressing emotion.
Right.
So tell me about that influence, how you fuse those different influences into what you do.
It's all a matter of the rhythm, and it's all a matter of what I feel in that I could put the song to. You know what I mean? Some rhythms, what you listen to or what I listen to, I could hear the song in it. Some rhythms tell you what to write. If you listen clearly, it tell you where to put everything in it. And that's normally what I hear when I listen to a rhythm. That's why it sound like it's made just for the song. Because I listen to the parts of it, listen where I could put the intro, listen where I could put the first verse or the bridge, It's almost like when you're writing a paragraph or when you're writing a story. You get your intro, you get your body, you get your conclusion, so I write it in that similar way. With rake and scrape, the reason why I don't have a lot of songs in rake and scrape because there's not a lot of rake and scrapes rhythm available. You see what I'm saying? I could find just about any rhythm possible online, but I can't find that much of rake and scrape rhythms. And I done made this plea to the
producers,
the big producers and the big artists, such as Dylan and the many others. And I said, because someone in the group that we are in, they was like, oh, that ain't Bahamian, or why you using rake and scrape rhythm? So I had to put the fire on them. And I say, when you go online, you can't find that.
Yeah.
I say, and if y'all could, I could tell you that because I already researched it. You cannot find that. You could barely find. There might be one or two literally on YouTube, might. And I think I find about one or two. But they basically wasn't even from here.
Yeah.
You see, the producer wasn't from here. The producer was probably like in the States, and he just made a Bahama rake and scrape rhythm. But high quality rhythms, they ain't available. So when I said that, then me and Dylan close, I know him. He showed me a few of the rake and scrape. So the rake and scrape that you hear, the rhythms and the songs, they are his rhythms.
Okay.
So I was able to, me and him was able to, make an agreement, and I was able to use them. But if I had more, I would have done plenty more in rake and scrape.
Okay. So do you feel like, where you have a long history in music, because you burst heavily on the scene in 2016, do you feel like you are a more newer artist or
more newer?
Yeah.
I think
because I think in the conscious of the people, they feel like you just came up, but then your backstory saying you've been out since the late 90s.
Yeah. I think I'll call
Or you would say this is your second win.
I'll say this is a reinvention of myself. If you look at all of the products that we see today, they've been around a long time. Coca-Cola, long time. Gatorade, long time. But watch what they did. They never changed the flavor. They
just
changed
changed the
the
bottle.
package. And sometimes you have to repackage yourself in order to get a better response.
That's true.
So I guess this part chose me because I didn't choose it. In terms of social commentary and what goes around in the country and stuff like that. And by doing it, I got reinvented as an artist because people are like, man, who you is, where you come from, and how long you been doing this? And then I tell them that, man, I've been doing this a long time. Or I've been singing a long time. you know, and then they like shocked, and then they want to hear what I was doing from then to now. So it's more a reinvention of me as an artist.
Okay. So, what I wanted to ask. So, with the whole social media, because I always like I loved like seeing different phenomenons and like studying it. So, is it just your more strategic plan to like now? If anybody knows, or nobody knows that Solo has like 2 projects coming out soon.
Yeah, 2 projects.
He's gonna soon have dropped 2 projects, 2 full-length albums,
And more to come.
and more to come. So So are you gonna use WhatsApp to promote this, like how you promoted your different songs over the last 3-4 years, or what is your strategy, your whole marketing strategy, social media strategy?
All right. With WhatsApp now, definitely I'll be promoting on WhatsApp and Facebook, and try to get a little more out there with Instagram. But as of now, WhatsApp working, and
Yeah.
the response from it is great, and people always listening. It's like a new radio station, WhatsApp. Or it's like a Audible TV.
Audible TV, I like that, because I feel like in this age, like how you say, the product doesn't change, but the branding changes. So I always feel it's important to understand. People know their brand DNA and know what works for them. So for you, people will be like, oh well, Facebook gives me this amount of numbers, or YouTube gives me this amount of numbers, or Instagram. But for you, it's like WhatsApp, because you get that instantaneous reaction to it, and then you more delivering direct to consumer.
Right.
So that's why I like that. And I sort of use this almost a similar formula with with Erryting Kool. Like when I drop a new episode, instead of you having to go look for it, I just shoot you all the information.
Yeah.
And then you go from there. And I feel like it's important for us, like especially in this new age, to like master social media, master you might not want to try to press all social media platforms, but you got to find one that works for you.
Right. You have to find what works,
Yeah.
and you have to work it.
Yeah.
Because if it's working, you need to work it. It's just like if your car driving, you need to drive it. Because if you just let it sit there, then the battery can die. You know what I mean? And then some fuses may not work anymore. Some parts may get dry, rot. So whatever working, you need to work. With social media, what I do too, I'm also a jingle producer.
Okay.
So even when I send the songs out, they are more for promotion purposes. So people can know that, the ones who don't know, at least, they can know that this is what I do. So some songs will be short, some songs will be long. And then and I've done a lot of jingles for a lot of small businesses and big businesses. Bahamas Experience, to name a few, Cash and Go, Kalina Insurance. So I've done a lot of them, and the reason why I get to do them is through sending the songs out. So it sparked interest.
Okay, that's cool.
So once I spark their interest, then they contact me, and then we get to work.
Okay. So besides putting out the albums, what's your next step? What's the next process for you, as an artist, as a creative, like where you want to take this into?
Well, I really feeling being a full-time jingle producer. I love writing jingles. I love singing songs, writing songs. But one of the things I want to do too is be able to help other creatives to be more creative. And
I like that.
And as well as those who are songwriters. There's a lot of people out there, they start a song, but they never finish it. and some need help finishing it. You know what I mean? And I think I could provide that service to them as well. And in the future, I want to create a nice state-of-the-art studio, even for the youths who are coming up, that everybody don't have to be a doctor. Everyone have to be a lawyer. Or everyone don't have to be, you know, a mason or whatever. If you have an inherent gift as singing or songwriting, you could do that and you could be that. And you have to stretch your gift and you have to take it further. You have to deploy it. Because if you look at over here, let's say you want to be a cartoonist.
Yeah.
Where you living right now, maybe not you accept what you want to be because there's no market for it. But if you look at it from a world perspective, you could be right here making money.
Yeah. But
being
then
a cartoonist.
Yeah, but then the reach is
Right.
international.
So
yeah.
your reach has to be international. You have to be to the Google.
To the
And
Google.
that's what to the Google means.
To the Google.
To the Google. God.
Oh, so actually, that's a good word. So basically, because I always just, you know, when you say you don't want to say to the world, you're saying to the Google because Google is everywhere.
Yeah, Google is everywhere. Once you're on social media, you to the Google.
I like
so it's
that.
basically solo to the world.
Solo to the world.
Yeah.
Or solo to the Google.
But I say Google, I spell it Google.
Hey,
just
you
in
know,
case.
copyright
You know
infringement.
So just in case
Yeah.
I end up getting a Grammy,
Yeah.
and they say, hold on now, you get some money,
You got
now
some
Google is ours. You know?
So you are planning to, like, you know, touring overseas?
Yeah, most definitely. I have plans of doing that. Plans of traveling the world through music.
That's good. That's good. So, Carson, do you have anything else to add? And anything she said she wanted you to sing a note?
Yes, please.
All right. BPL, I'm so tired of y'all cutting my current off and on. Someone needs to get fired. 'Cause right now I ain't on your run. Who paying they bill? Who paying? That's it.
And that ain't no other tone on that mic either.
No auto tune.
No other tone. So, Solo, I would like to thank you for gracing my platform. Everything cool. Everything cool.
Much for my little notes.
Yes.
Yeah, Carson is very satisfied. Shout out to all the, you know, Miss Culmer's students who be watching the show. If you guys see this, just say yeah, see.
Yeah. You see.
So this is another one for the books. This is Erryting Kool. Peace, love. We're out.